I recently completed a retreat with a group of powerful women, and during our retreats, we do nightly ceremonies where each night we bring a musician with us, and the musician is either doing a sound healing or playing music, and at the same time, I'm singing or I'm guiding people in a meditation or in an activation. And in this particular nightly ceremony, we were tapping into Mother Mary energy because we were doing a retreat in one of the largest Catholic shrines in the world in the town of Fatima in Portugal, where in the early 1900s, Mother Mary appeared to 3 children. It's one of the most well-documented apparitions in all of the Catholic Church. For non-religious spiritual people like myself, Fatima is an important energy portal where the veil between spirit and matter is thin, and it allowed regular people to witness miracles in this land. So we decided to tap into this energy and do a retreat there with a group of powerful women. One of the nights, I was doing a Mother Mary meditation, and I was going to channel the codes of the energy of Mother Mary. The archetype of Mother Mary is an energy of unconditional love, sweetness, and nurturing. I was going to invoke that energy and channel it through to help other people in the retreat access the energy. And about halfway into the meditation, as I'm guiding people in this meditation and I'm invoking Mother Mary energy, I felt the energy enter the space and shower over me. So I was guiding people as I was sobbing, and I remember that my mind sort of said, hey, maybe you should stop guiding people and just wait, finish crying, and then start the meditation again. But there was also a deeper part of me that said, no, I'm just going to keep crying through it because this is what I'm feeling, and this is going to come through in the energy that I'm channeling. But I remember thinking how overwhelming that energy felt to me at the moment. And then afterwards, the next day after our nightly ceremony, we talked about this at the retreat. And I had many people come up to me and say, last night when you started to cry is when I really felt that energy come in. It came in very powerfully through your crying. And we talked about why that energy, why unconditional sweet love that is the archetype of Mother Mary, why does that feel overwhelming to us? Why is it that when we feel that love, which is really what we are on a soul level, why does it feel so overwhelming? Why do we even use the word overwhelming when we're talking about this level of love? And the answer is this: we're not used to feeling that love in human form. When we come out of our Creator and our soul is born and it just moves out into the expanses of existence, we start to slowly pinch off from the energy of our Creator, especially when the soul takes human form. As soon as your soul comes into this beautiful human form, it constricts itself a lot and it pinches the energy so that it feels like when you're in human form, it almost feels like you can't feel that love in its purity, in the same purity than you can when you are in spirit. So we pinch ourselves off so much that we forget who we are, so much so that when we're down here in human form and we sometimes we unpinch ourselves and we let that floodgates come in. When that energy of love comes in, it feels so foreign to us. It feels overwhelming, and it's because we've pinched ourselves off so much down here in human form that we don't even remember who we are, and we don't remember that the vibration of pure love is who we are on a soul level. After the retreat and feeling that intense energy in my body, I've been thinking a lot about something. If I had to take the complexity of a spiritual awakening, because it is complex and there are a lot of things happening at the same time, but if I had to map out those complexities of a spiritual awakening and I had to boil it down to one thing, the one thing that could help us awaken to a level that we never imagined possible, if I had to pick that one thing, it would be this: to open yourself up to love. It seems so simple and so cliche, but then in practice, it's not always the case. 13th century Sufi mystic poet Jalal Rumi has the best quote that shows both the simplicity and the complexity of opening up to love. He says, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." And what are those barriers to love that we have built? It's trauma, painful life experiences, heartbreak, loss. But it's also culture and societal templates and religious programming, and also negative beliefs that we have in ourselves, disempowering thoughts that we have about ourselves, and a lack of worthiness. Anything inside of you that makes you believe you're not love or that you don't come from a pure place of unconditional love, which you do. And I know how hard this can be in practice, and I'm a perfect example of this. I've worked with thousands of people, and if you asked me before this retreat, hey, are you open to conditional love? I'd be the first one to raise my hand. And in fact, I asked this very question at the beginning of the retreat. In the welcome talk, I asked retreaters, are you open to receiving unconditional love? And all the hands went up. And then after that, I said, well, we're here in Fatima and you're in the codes of Mother Mary, and you may find out that in the course of this retreat, as the days go by, this may be more difficult in practice than you think it is. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But a humbling thing about this is that when I was saying this statement that I was open to love, I wasn't aware that I too would be humbled by this love. I was under the assumption that maybe I'm more open than the people on this retreat are to love. But then during the meditation, I literally fell apart when I felt that love, which means that it felt foreign to me, which means that I still had blocks to that love. If you feel like you have blocks to unconditional love, whether it's giving it or receiving it, if there's a block at the level of your heart, consider coaching with me in my private community, Heart Alchemy. Inside, you'll be able to get clear guidance on what steps to take next and structured support to help you open your heart and unblock that ability to receive and to give love. 93% of our members report a significant increase in personal growth and healing when they join our community. To learn more about Heart Alchemy, head over to my Instagram with the handle The Heart Alchemist and DM me the word Heart25. We'll talk about how Heart Alchemy can completely change your life. So now let's get practical. How do we open up to source love really? Tip 1 is to invite that love. When I was guiding that Mother Mary meditation, I used focus and repetition to invite the energy in, and you can do the same at home. Put on a meditation track and start chanting for Mother Mary by simply repeating this name over and over while opening up to receiving that energy. If you don't resonate with the archetype of Mother Mary, chant the name of an energy that represents unconditional love to you. It can be a Guan Yin or the goddess Tara or even the goddess Lakshmi. And if you don't like to work with archetypes at all, you can always chant the sound that symbolizes divine compassion, which is ah. Keep repeating this over and over and over again until you feel that energy come into your body. Tip 2 is to pay attention. Notice where in your life you feel yourself blocking love, and it can be in the receiving of it or in the giving. Here's a pro tip, actually, ding ding. The pro tip here is that you'll notice that your biggest blocks to love, you are going to find them most certainly in relationships with other people, especially in your intimate relationships. So pay attention to how you're relating to others. How are you relating in your intimate connections with your family, with your friends, with your partners, with your children? Pay attention to how you relate to other people. And if you have difficulty relating to people, then you probably have blocks to love. So that's a pro tip for you. Journal about this. Journal about the difficulties that you feel in relating to others, either in receiving from others or in giving your love to them. And look around in your life too. It's not just in your personal relationships. It can be just in general when you're outside in the world. It could be at work with your coworkers. It could be at a grocery line. How do you relate to other human beings? And you'll notice that the worse you relate to other human beings, the bigger your blocks to love are. Up next, watch this video to discover the new energy shift that is happening inside each and every one of us and that nobody is talking about, and how you can work with that shift.